Welcome to Sam Outside. I'm Sam and I'm outside. It's the giving of thanks. Yeah, it's that time of year. For us as Canadians, Thanksgiving celebrated normally middle of October. And I know that in the United States, it's later on in November. And I do know that there are many cultures that celebrate a bounty season of harvest in their own way, at their own time. But for me, saying thank you is not something that I'm unfamiliar with. In fact, I make it a daily practice, make it a daily habit. I believe in immediate feedback for those that I work with, whether it's students or staff, being specific and being timely. And I'm also in the habit of expressing gratitude, and that's part of it. So in this season of giving thanks, yes, it's to celebrate the bounty of the harvest season, which often involves spending time with family, all right, around a table, a gathering of perhaps folks you haven't seen in a while. And I do know that for some, it can be less than ideal, less than comfortable, all right? So there's certain expectations, and yep, there's going to be a reason for conversation. And sometimes that's not something that we're comfortable with. So when that opportunity presents itself, what have you been up to? How are things? Try and be a little more mindful, a little bit more thoughtful around your questions, whether you're speaking to young ones or friends and family you haven't seen in a while. And for those people that are curious, they genuinely want to know, right? So try and invite open-ended questions that are going to allow and lead to further discussion and more questions, right? So what is it they've been doing lately that they're excited about? What have they been spending their time learning about, right? Outside of work, right? Outside of school, what are they doing with their spare time, right? Is there anything they're reading? Is there anything that they're binge watching, right? Is there anything they're looking forward to with the coming changing of the season? Like any plans for the winter? Are you looking to learn something new, right? Is there something you have learned recently that is getting you excited? And that sort of questioning just, it requires a little more thought, a little more explanation, and it'll lead to a greater connection. So that is the point. So for some people, it's just another day, and it is. But for many, there might be some travel involved. There might be some considerations around big meals. Yeah. All right. And staying someplace that is not your home. Or maybe you are staying home and everyone's coming to you. That's got a different level of stress. All right. So whatever you're doing during your Thanksgiving, however you're spending it, try and put some consideration and some effort into how you're going to best engage and reconnect and show others that, as part of your circle, whether they're friends or family, that you care about them, right? That you're kind, and just be a good listener, right? Ask questions, right? Even if it's something that you can't relate to, might be something they generally feel passionate about, right? Or they're looking forward to, or, right? They generally want to share. So don't let someone get away with one word answer. All right. Change your question, dig a little deeper, make a connection. It takes effort. It's not easy. All right. And although it's the season of giving thanks, expressing gratitude, in our house, that comes up. And I don't want to say we do it every day. Depends who's around at dinner. But we usually engage in conversations several times a week around gratitude. What was the thing you you enjoyed doing most today? Who did you spend time? Who did you enjoy spending time with? Any one particular subject that made you think a little bit deeper, that you might find challenging? Any areas of your day you'd wish gone a little bit differently, right? And with some of that dialogue, what are you going to do differently tomorrow, right? Or how are you going to prepare for a better, more successful tomorrow, right? Is there anything you're looking forward to? anything you're not looking forward to, anything you want to change, right? So it helps them mentally prepare, emotionally prepare. It's part of my own mindfulness practice as I try and think about the day that just passed, and maybe on my morning I'll try and think about aspects, small conversations that I can plan for. Maybe it's an email or a text or a project that I'm working on, or the need to support others. How can I best do that? And then expressing gratitude, right? So we are grateful for this season. We're grateful for this weather. We're grateful for the time we can spend with others, as short-lived as it might be or as extended as it might be. Giving thanks to those who helped us gather, helped house us, who've traveled, who've helped prepare, who've helped clean up, who've made thoughtful efforts with gifts, which is sometimes the case. So expressing gratitude, being specific, being timely, being prepared for that. All right. So which means noticing. You got to be aware of it. You got to be mindful of potential expectations of others, in-laws and outlaws and all the like. So the giving of thanks. Be in the practice of expressing gratitude. Right. I am very much looking forward to spending time with family, and I know that there are conversations around time spent and projects that have gone on, that are ongoing, and that are pending, and questions about work, questions about hobbies, questions about health, questions about others that couldn't make it to our gathering, and looking forward to getting updates for those people that might not be able to gather in our circle as well. So if you're traveling, be safe. And if you're going to have those conversations, listen deeply, listen intently. And if you have opportunities to ask questions, plan ahead. All right. The whole point is that you have reason to come together. And even if it's out of your choosing and out of your doing, be there, be in the moment, as uncomfortable as it is. All right. You'll be better off for it. So it is that time of year. Right? We're in a season of change. Winter is coming. Right? We might not find ourselves in a position to travel as much or to gather as often. You're going to be stuck indoors a little bit longer, a little bit more. So I am grateful for you. Yeah. I'm grateful that I have the capacity to do this. Grateful for what I do all day, every day. Get a chance to share, get a chance to learn. And whether I'm doing tree work or whether I'm guiding others on a forest therapy walk, or whether I'm engaged with clients in outdoor education groups, working with staff in some training, spending time with my family, even my dog, it's all time well spent. And fills my cup, and I get to be a better version of it because I have made choices that are preparing me physically, mentally, and emotionally to be the best version of myself every day. Small steps every day, small actions, small choices. For that, I'm grateful. So I'm giving thanks every day, and I've got more reason to do it at this time of year, and it involves others I haven't seen in quite some time. So I'm looking forward to that. And yes, there are some that, given the choice, I might not otherwise spend time with, but it's that time of year, and it's a responsibility and a commitment. I'll make the most of it, and I will grow and learn. So find ways to challenge yourself and make the most of it. Find ways to be grateful and to share and connect, right? Start with yourself, go from there. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you. Please go outside. It's so good for you. It's good for us. And make some good connections. I'll talk to you again soon. Enjoy. Thanks. Bye-bye.